Daniel O'Neill is a YouTuber.
GG, he dead. Nah, it's a joke. He ain't dead. He good.
From the UK with a channel called English Woodsman, where he's been uploading.
Oh, bro got motion. Hold up. Bro got some motion.
Videos of his wild camping, stealth camping, and woodland camping trips in the UK for almost 10 years. Most of the channel's videos feature Daniel reviewing camping gear for his viewers and showing footage.
I can understand if you do this and you're just filming it, but there's no way that people go and do this stealth camping stuff that we know of just to do it, right? There's no way people just do that in their free time without filming it. You know what I mean? They do. I'm talking about solo dolo camping for no reason. Chat, ain't no way. There ain't no way. Y'all done ain't no way. Your cousin does? Well, guess what? Tell your cousin to stop doing it. Okay? Unpause. I'll sit here for 30 minutes. I hope that you, again, I've explained this before when we watch YouTube videos. Hey, when we watch YouTube videos, I go out of my way to pause the video, and I hope that you getting so mad because I pause it so much. I hope you're fuming. Every time I pause, I hope you get just mad. Just horrifically mad. Buddy, if you mad because I'm pausing the video when we're watching it, just go watch it on your own. Okay? Because I'm going to watch it at my pace. You understand me? Because what would the point be if I ain't giving my thoughts on it? You simpleton. What you talking about? You done lost your mind.
Of his adventures in the great outdoors. For the most part, they're pretty tame, but in August 2023, he uploaded a video of his camping trip in the woodlands close to his home, and the footage is pretty disturbing. The first part of the video pretty much just shows Daniel walking through the woods and talking to his subscribers, eating berries and pointing out the sights on the way to
He eating berries off the side of the trail!
Side. At several points along the way, he pauses to mention the footprints and garbage he sees lying on the trail, indicating other people had been there in the last few days.
CaseOh ate my cat with the 10, thank you.
Someone's been here. There's a lot of rubbish around here. Yeah, look at the state of this.
Hey, you best get up out of there.
It does get used, doesn't it?
They littering too, they wrong for that.
After about a 20-minute walk, he sits down in a clearing where he plans to set up camp for the night and leans back on a tree to eat his noodles.
Did we see this one? No way we seen this one. It had the little red bar at the bottom of it if we seen this one.
He talks
I don't remember seeing this. Oh my goodness, what kind of noodles are those?
Down in a clearing where he plans to set up camp for the night and leans back on a tree to eat his noodles as he talks to the camera. It's not until around 25 minutes into the video that things start to get seriously disturbing for Daniel.
I'm going to be out Friday night, but I'm going away Saturday, so I've got a bit of a drive as well, so I didn't want to be tired, and it's going to throw it down Friday night as well, and rain camping is really good.
Dude, there ain't no way. Dude, there ain't no way. Oh, bruh. You know you scared when all of a sudden you go completely silent and you ain't even talking enough for the video.
Is that a badger?
Bro, that's a bilateral animal, which means it's two-legged. That's a person.
Hello?
Even though some pretty human-like footsteps could be heard right behind Daniel, as soon as he turns around to scan his environment, there's nobody in sight. What's most disturbing is that as soon as he turned around and yelled hello, the footsteps immediately stopped.
Yeah, GG, that's
how you know it's a person. For the next few minutes, he sits down and tries to regain his composure as he sips his coffee and eats his noodles. But things only continue to get even more creepy as the sun begins to set.
That's when you leave. There ain't no way I'm sitting here making my noodles, man. Come on! Yeah, carry that around with you. See somebody throw that boiling hot water on them. Yo, Floor with the 5, thank you.
There's that noise again now.
See, he ain't coming off as weak like that
Hello?
other dude was, though. You know what I mean?
Hello? You got a bit of that. There's nobody here.
About 40 minutes into the video, the footstep noises can be heard again, and this time it sounds like they're getting closer to Daniel.
It's Gordy, yeah.
By this point, most people would have hightailed it out of there without any hesitation, but Daniel decides to sit back down to finish his dinner as he tries to calm his nerves for the second time.
Why?
Amazingly, a few minutes later, it almost seems like he completely forgets about the footsteps and manages to think about less disturbing things, which is honestly pretty impressive. But as darkness sets in, the eerie footsteps start up again.
Bro.
I'm gonna be honest. I can't stay here now.
You just now, like, bro, you just now decided you can't stay here no more. Like, just now. Buddy, it's too late. It's already dark outside. It's over. It's too late. You should have left when it was daytime. Now you're cooked. I don't know, chat. I don't know. I feel like any logical I'm not saying this dude ain't logical, you know, but any logical person, if you're out in the woods butt naked by yourself eating some noodles out of a little pan, and the first time you hear some footsteps, you're running, right? Not running, maybe not running, but you're getting up out of there.
Be a wimp. I don't care if people call me a wimp in the comments.
Ain't nobody calling you that, bro. I promise you.
But I can't stay here. I'm too unsettled. I'm nervous. I've done camping like this a load of times. I think I'm gonna go find somewhere else to get this bivvy set up.
Find somewhere else. You ain't going home?
In this spot.
Understandably, after this third incident, Daniel decides to head somewhere else for the night to play it safe.
Somewhere else?
It's hard to know what exactly was making those sounds, but because they sounded very similar to human footsteps, it's possible that Daniel was being stalked by someone in the woods. This is obviously incredibly dangerous, as you can never really trust someone's intentions when you're in such a vulnerable position, all by yourself in unknown territory. It was either that or an animal walking through the grass, but because Daniel mentioned the grass was a little wet and wouldn't have made that dry sound if an animal...
That was a human, right? That was 2 foots. That was a human. That wasn't no deer, wasn't no badger, whatever he said. That was a human.
Stepped on it. This is pretty unlikely. Also, many people in the comments mentioned that no animal walks that uniform and steady. They stop, go, and change pace constantly. Either way,
you know what? Nah, I just want to disagree with somebody. That was an animal. These people in the comments don't know nothing. That was an animal.
Good thing he decided to leave, because who knows what could have happened to Daniel that night.
Just because somebody else agreed with it, it was an animal. They don't know what they're talking about. Welcome to the internet, buddy.
One of the most annoying things to me is spam texts and phone calls. You would actually be surprised by the amount of times I get interrupted recording these videos by phone calls from random numbers. Well, I did some research and uncovered that a lot of times these
get that bread, bruh.
Spammers are able to get our personal info, email addresses,
get that bread. I ain't mad at you. This is a goated YouTube channel.
And phone numbers because big companies can't keep our data safe from data breaches and hacks. You may not have.
I feel like if I skip it, that's low-key disrespectful, though. You know what I mean? I feel like if I skip this, I'm low-key disrespecting Chillin' Scares, not gonna lie. You know what I mean? Because I'm just watching his video. Least I can do is let this play. Does that make sense? Yo, Big Papa with the 5, thank you.
But back in May, Ticketmaster was hacked and the data of over 500 million people were put up for sale on the dark web for anyone to buy. This stolen data included full names, addresses, email addresses, phone numbers, and credit card data. At best, this was going to lead to more spam calls, texts, and emails for their customers, but at worst, fraud and identity.
Chat, how about y'all learn some respect, Bubba? I respect this YouTube channel. If he got an ad in there, I'm gonna let that play. I done watched about 5 or 6 this dude's videos on stream for free ski. Least I can do is let the ad play.
So what is Ticketmaster doing about it? Absolutely nothing. They said they didn't think the hack would have a material impact on our overall business. All these businesses happily collect our data but do very little to protect it, and even less when it's compromised. That's why I use Aura, the sponsor of this video. Aura alerts me when my data is found in data breaches like the Ticketmaster one, or leaked on the dark web.
To be honest, I'm a W man for that, right? Oh my goodness, he just leaked my social security. Oh no, so he got my information up here, GG.
It gives me fast fraud alerts if anyone tries to use that data to access my credit card or bank accounts. And it removes my information from data broker websites so I get less spam.
I didn't know he was going to use my information.
I also get things like transaction monitoring, a VPN, antivirus, a password manager, parental controls, and identity.
I'm low-key a W man for that, right? Let's be real. Type 1 if I'm a W man for that. I mean, come on. Least I can do is let it play.
Theft insurance.
I'm over here watching his video.
I get all this in one app at an affordable price.
We over here watching his video for free.
If my info was compromised in the Ticketmaster data breach, I wouldn't have to worry because Aura is always on, always doing the hard work of keeping me safe.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna give my IP to put it directly on screen.
Myself and my family vulnerable to data breaches, and if you don't want to either, you can go to aura.com/chillingscares and try your first 2 weeks for free.
With another
also
50.
linked below in the description.
Tortilla with another 50. Lord have mercy. Oh my. Yo, W Tortilla with the 50 for real. Thank you, Tortilla. Shells with 1,000 bits. What you mean stop being buns at scrutinized? I'm good at scrutinized.
The Rampant Range is part of a front range of the Rocky Mountains in Colorado.
GG, there's gonna be one of mountain lions up there, GG.
Made up of almost entirely public land within the Pike National Forest. In the summer, you'll find lots of bikers enjoying the Rampant Range's elaborate trail system and exploring the great outdoors.
This is gonna be a wildlife video.
For the most part, this part of Colorado is a paradise for anyone who enjoys spending time in nature. But over the past few years, there's been a pretty alarming trend on the rise, with random people setting up wires on trees at just about head height in an effort to seriously injure bikers on the trail.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
In 2019, a post describing this terrifying trend was uploaded to Facebook.
Diabetes with a 5,
and disturbingly, the uploader mentioned that one of his high school friends had lost his life as a result of running into a similar wire on a trail.
Yep.
Immediately, people jumped into the comments to point out how incredibly messed up.
If you ever in the woods on a four-wheeler or something that's not enclosed in like a side-by-side or something, you need to always be looking ahead because there are evil people that will just randomly put a wire across a tree. And if you're ripping through there on like a Can-Am Renegade going 40 miles an hour and you hit that neck level, you're dead. There ain't no surviving. You're dead. You'll be lucky if it don't dehead you. You always gotta look ahead, make sure, because people just for no reason too. They'll just put a wire right there, and if you hit that going about 40, you ain't even gotta be going 40. You probably be going 20. You get hit right there, you're dead. That's bad, bruh. Your diabetes with another 5. Thank you.
Would be to do something like this, and how this kind of evil needs to be categorized as attempted murder if the suspects are ever caught.
With the 5, thank you.
A couple of years before that post was made, in 2017, 2 motorbike riders uploaded a video to YouTube of their encounter with a similar wire, and although nothing happened to them, it was a very close call.
Dude, I think I've seen this video somewhere on the internet before, this specific one, but yeah. That one actually wouldn't have killed him though, because that was barely around the tree. But imagine if it was tied around the tree, you're gone. But he did slide under it though. Chat, people are evil for no reason. I don't understand, chat. Why people evil for no reason, bro? I don't understand.
When these wires are set up off-trail, it can be hard to tell whether they were placed there out of malice or if a random camper or farmer placed the wires there to hang up clothes or something similar.
Like, why?
But in cases like these where the wires are specifically placed on the trail, there's really only one reason people would do that, and that's to bring serious harm to bikers for some reason. Possibly they're annoyed with the constant loud sound of the bikes near their property or something else.
You live out in the middle of the woods near a trail system. Of course you're going to hear four-wheelers and stuff driving
But
around.
hopefully more measures can be taken in the future to prevent more people from getting hurt, especially because it's not uncommon to hear about motorbikers and snowmobilers losing their lives over this kind of stuff.
People be dying to this, bruh. Fastest Can-Am rider with the 5.
This audio was uploaded to YouTube by a user named ForestFire number 21. He recorded it around 2 a.m. in December 2014. The uploader lives in a forest, and he mentioned that the noises in the audio were coming from deep in the woods behind his house.
That's an animal. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna say that's an animal. Oh, never mind. That's a person. Oh, that might be a person for real.
It's hard to make out what the child is yelling, but after listening closely, several users jumped in the comments to point out that you can also hear an adult voice yelling, "Where are you?" In addition to the young female voice making most of the noise, this quieter, more subtle male voice that can also be heard in
Chat. Why do I look over and I see about, they're still typing it. I see about 30, 40, 50 people talking about some skinwalker. Chat, please grow up. There ain't no way you talking about a skinwalker, bruh. They're real.
The audio only makes the whole incident that much more disturbing. Near the end of the video, the uploader mentions that after that night, he checked the news every day to see if he could find some explanation for the screams, but he never did. The fact that the screaming was captured at around 2 a.m. in the freezing cold weather and in the middle of the woods indicates that the uploader could have genuinely recorded something pretty sinister.
He could, yeah, he could have. Yeah.
It's hard to tell why the uploader would record and upload the audio instead of immediately calling the police after hearing a female voice in such obvious distress.
Yeah, I don't know.
But at this point, there's not much that can be done about it. And who knows, maybe the uploader did call the police. There wasn't much context given in the video's description. We can only hope that whatever problem happened that night was eventually solved, but based on the shrillness of the screams and the strangeness of the whole situation, we probably won't ever be able to know for sure.
Somebody probably dead out there, bruh. GG. Somebody got killed by a serial killer.
You're thinking about going to therapy. And as a therapist myself, of course I'm going to say that's a great idea. But first...
Lisa is a life coach and YouTuber who often uploads videos of what it's like living in her van and traveling the country on her own.
On your own?
One afternoon in 2022, Lisa had parked her van on the side of the road and left the side door of her van open while she cooked her dinner inside, when suddenly a sketchy-looking guy approached her, poked his head in her van without her permission, and started asking her some pretty bizarre questions in French, a language Lisa doesn't speak. When she mentioned she didn't understand what he was saying, he pulled out a translator app to try to communicate with her, which obviously made her pretty uncomfortable, especially since she wasn't interested in talking to him in the first place after he invaded her personal space. After watching the guy struggle to use Google Translate for a few minutes, Lisa decided she'd had enough and shut the side door in his face, also closing the curtain to make sure the guy got the hint. Strangely, for over half an hour, the guy then stood outside in the rain and tinkered with the translator app to try to communicate with Lisa.
Half an hour standing in the rain outside? Oh, no. You gotta run him smooth over. Half an hour?
Even after she made it more than obvious that she wanted nothing to do with him.
And it's pouring down rain. Oh no. Yo Lisa, is that her name? Yo Lisa. You gotta drive. What hello?
Okay, he just moved even closer so that I can't move out and so that I can't go forward.
He's trying to kill you!
Please leave. Please leave, you sketchy person. Please leave.
Oh, nah.
With a very shady demeanor, the man snuck into the bushes and pretty much just stalked Lisa.
Yeah, like, what is that?
a distance, as if he thought she couldn't see him. As the sun began to set, Lisa kept an eye on the guy outside to make sure he didn't try to get close to her again, but the man just kept on bringing his car closer to her van and blocking her exit in different ways for more than half an hour.
This thing is really starting to freak me out.
Just now?
It's been like a half an hour and he just keeps on moving his vehicle so he can see in my van here.
Lisa.
Anyways, it's 7 o'clock, 7 p.m.
Fortunately, just as darkness had begun to set in, a family in an RV pulled up right behind Lisa and spent the night in the same parking lot as her, which comforted her enough to stay there the entire
Was there
evening.
a reason why she couldn't, like, drive the van? What was going on? Why didn't she just drive the van? Like, you got to go! He blocked her? That's when you ram into the car.
Disturbingly, the guy left soon after the other family arrived, but came back about 3 hours later in the dead of night to check if Lisa was still there.
What?
When he saw the other family in the RV was also still in the parking lot, he left and didn't come back.
Bro, throw him in
The
jail.
next morning, Lisa left early and never saw the guy again.
Oh, no.
It's hard to tell what the guy's exact intentions were, but based on his overall sketchy demeanor and questionable behavior, they couldn't have been anything good.
Lord have
The one
mercy.
thing we can be sure about is that it's a good thing the other family in the RV arrived at the parking lot when they did. Otherwise, who knows what the man would have done to Lisa.
Dude, he came back at 3 in the morning, chat.
In May 2014, an Imager user uploaded a blog post where he talked about the time he went to visit a friend in northern Germany. According to the uploader, his friend told him about these pipes that he had found in the woods near his house that stuck up out of the ground like periscopes. Apparently, his friend and his siblings played near the pipes as kids and knew that there were bunkers hidden below them.
Hey,
but
hey, you better chill out. There's probably a bomb or something over there.
parents never allowed them to get near them out of concern for their safety. During the visit narrated in the blog post, the uploader and his friend decided to check out the pipes and finally go down into the bunkers that they never had permission to explore when they were younger, and they found some pretty disturbing stuff. A few hundred feet away from the trees, they found the entrance to the bunker covered with a loosely placed piece of wood that they easily removed with a crowbar.
Just in the middle of some random woods.
Once inside, all they could see were these long, seemingly endless hospital-like hallways that extended for thousands of feet under the woods.
I need y'all to understand. I need you to grasp how insane that something like this is in the middle of just some random forest. I know it was something from like some war or something before, but the fact that this is just sitting somewhere in the middle of the woods, chilling, that anybody, dude, that's crazy.
As they ventured further and further into the maze of tunnels, they found graffiti on some of the walls, indicating they weren't the first people
I
to
wonder
get
what they blocked out right there.
the idea to explore the underground bunkers. To the explorers' horror, one of the walls deep inside the tunnels had the word "help" in German graffitied all over it. It's possible that it was just sprayed on there by another group of teens trying to be funny, but the eerie nature of the bunker, coupled with the general state
Chad,
of
would you go in
disarray,
there?
really makes you wonder if something more sinister took place down there
You
at
know
some
what?
point,
Oh, man.
possibly even written by German soldiers in the later
You
parts
gotta
of
think,
World War II.
Chad, that is multi-millions worth of dollars of infrastructure that they, like, concrete, people building this, multi-millions worth of dollars that's just forgotten about in some random forest in the middle of nowhere, and nobody uses it. Millions of dollars, that is, right there. That's crazy. Just chilling.
As they traveled deeper into the bunker, they found some more disturbing graffiti, with one of the eeriest messages reading, "Hello Satan, I love you." Obviously, that's not the kind of message you want to see in a tunnel system like this, but the two friends decided to keep on exploring anyway. After several hours down in the bunker, they ended up finding tons of more twisting, winding hallways, flooded
there's
rooms
a
with war
brain-eating
machines,
amoeba in
and
there.
dark, narrow corridors that reached dead ends, but nothing more disturbing than the graffiti they had found a few hours earlier. The explorers managed to make it out of there safely and didn't go back there again. In the summer of 2016, reports started surfacing that people were finding dangerous booby traps along a very well-known hiking trail in the High Mountain Park Preserve in Wayne, New Jersey. As per the police reports, the traps mostly consisted of boards with nails sticking out of them, barbed wire, broken bottles placed along the trails behind or near rocks or logs, and other precious materials. As more and more complaints started coming in, police warned people to keep an eye
Chad,
out for
I didn't miss when I threw the can. It hit my wall and it went into the trash can. On everything I love, it did. If you'd have known if I missed, if you'd have hit, and then it bounced again. On everything I love, it went in. I'm dead serious. Yo, Killy with the 5, thank you.
The traps, and even organized cleanup efforts to keep hikers safe during their treks. What's most disturbing is that these traps were clearly placed there to hurt people, as there's really no other reason to put nails and barbed wire on the ground in the middle of such a popular hiking trail.
Man.
The fact that someone would take the time to get out on the trail, build a booby trap in such detail, and place it there with the intention to do harm to other people and their pets is honestly pretty messed up. But
I read
it didn't take the
what
cops
you talking
too
about?
long
Thank
to
you,
make
Shell,
an
for down the
educated
bit.
guess as to who was behind the whole thing. Although they never found the individual suspects responsible for placing the traps on the trail,
People are bored, but how? Oh yeah, I'm bored. Let's go set up booby traps on a walking trail so people can get snapped up.
Sheriff's Department determined that the traps had probably something to do with the feud between hikers and bikers who had been fighting over use of the trail for decades. According to many nearby residents, it's common for bikers on the trail to speed past the hikers without ringing their bells or announcing their presence, which has led to several injuries and rising tensions between the two groups over the
Moral of the story, people are insane for no reason.
years. Still, it's hard to imagine that someone would take the issue to the point of trying to harm an entire group of people so maliciously with such brutal methods. Fortunately, no one was hurt as a result of the traps, but the suspects responsible...
Just absolutely insane. Yo, W video, W Chillin' Scares. Chillin' Scares got some absolute bangers, no joke.